I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, and we will be with the board minutes for April 16th, 2024.
I'll move to accept that.
Is there any public comment? Seeing none, all in favor?
All right.
Aye. Okay, the next agenda item is correspondence. The first email is from Todd Devlin, and he is sending us information where he's involved in public land and natural resource issues, both from the state and national level, for over 30 years. And his mission is to support, protect renewable, non-renewable natural resources use that is environmentally acceptable to our counties, which in turn keeps county and state environmentally economic safe and sound. And he's writing as the executive director of Montana NRC. And Montana NRC opposes and very much questions the authority of the Bureau of Land Management to enact and then implement the public land rule. Don't see where the commission would take action on that. It's informational.
Well, it'll probably be down the line, there's gonna be more coming in, I think we just wait until we get the whole.
I agree with that.
Our next correspondence is a memo from Justice Court. Justice Brasky is going to be at Spring Conference, April 22nd through Thursday, April 25th. And Jamie Miller will be covering as the court a substitute judge for initial appearances. Our next correspondence is from Mako, and they have locked in dates for our 2024 district meetings. We are district number 12, and that meeting will be in Gallatin County in Bozeman on June 19th. So the next one is from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, Office of Energy Projects. And the subject is deterministic seismic hazard analysis report for Flint Creek Hydroelectric Project. And this is acknowledging the February 21st, 2024 letter transmitting revision 2 of the deterministic seismic hazard analysis report for the Flint Creek Hydroelectric Project. Get all that.
They need the, you're not a minister, it should be Mrs.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that.
whatever. Maybe that's been that like that way for a long time.
They think we don't look at stuff, and we catch it, you know, it's not that we don't look at it.
Okay, the next one is from Mako, and it is Mako's Property and Casualty Trust member counties and agents. We are not a part of Mako Property and Casualty So this doesn't pertain to us. We're with
No,
state.
we are.
I thought we was with Mako on this stuff.
We're with State Fund for Workman's Comp. But they do our property and
Oops,
You're
my bad.
it's really weird. There's like 4 different names because Marsh McLennan works under them, but with them, but they're doing our meetings funky this year though for renewals.
Okay, I read this. So they're providing an online renewal webinar via Zoom for the following dates. The next one is from the United States, U.S. Department of Transportation, Federal Highway Administration. And it's US DOT grants and other funding opportunities. And it's listing several different resources and opportunities for grants. I don't know if there's anything in there that we would qualify for. I didn't see anything. I don't know.
Right now, we don't have nothing on the Department of Transportation.
And the next is an email from Joan Redine, and it is I-90 bridge inspections. And Montana Department of Transportation will be conducting bridge inspections on 10 bridges on Interstate 90.
It was on the news too, it was on KPAX. Main thing is what they were talking about there is trying to slow people down to 35. They take each bridge, it'll probably take a day.
That's what it said. Informational purposes, no action needed.
No. You just give them, yeah.
The next one is from Mako, and it's from the Montana Department of Administration, and it's to county treasurers. And it's the FY 23 Federal Forest Reserve payment. And it shows what Granite County will be receiving for SRS funds, which go to the schools and the road.
It was 500,000 something, wasn't it?
I think it's in there, yeah, it was.
Granite County, all said and done, will get 470,674 and 74 cents. And that goes to the road and it goes into the schools too. The next one is a news release from the US Department of Interior Bureau of Land Management. And it is public lands rule will help conserve wildlife habitat, restore places impacted by wildlife drought, expand outdoor recreation, and guide thoughtful development. And I think the email from Mr. Devlin is in protest of what BLM is trying to do. Informational, I don't think there's right now any need to enact on that. The next email is from Misty Dunhauer, and she is writing to Granite County to thank us for applying to the Montana Board of Crime Control. And the application review committee of the Montana Board of Crime Control met and received 32 applications, and Granite County may be awarded $85,912 for the crime controls grant. And it will be determined at the June board meeting. All awards are contingent upon availability of federal funds. That concludes our correspondence for today, April 23rd. It's 9:10. Is there any public comment on matters within the commissioner's jurisdiction? Go ahead, Elena.
Thank you, Elena Gagliano, for the record. As far as the correspondence are concerned, the two that I have questions are the forest reserve funds, schools and roads, and the USDA SARS funds. I want to know if either one of these, especially the forest reserve funds, can be used towards the problems with the roads up at Georgetown Lake, Lakeshore Drive, the Georgetown Lake Road project, the maintenance. After all, it says that there's money available for schools and roads, and it's a road up there that's a big bone of contention right now. And you say you don't have money. Does this or can this provide money for that? That's my question. Thank you.
That's a Forest Service road,
Okay,
so I don't think we should be counting money on the Forest Service road.
okay, so the answer to your question is, we get these funds every year, and they are anticipated for the whole road fund. There isn't any delegated to certain roads to be worked on. There's no way that we can split out our funds for particular road funds, and especially a Forest Service road. The SRS funds are for the county, for schools and for county roads.
Well, that's from the Forest Service, isn't it? So you would think, since that's money from the federal government for Forest Service roads, and there's a problem with the Forest Service road, which is Lakeshore Drive, you would say, well, we got the money now to use it for that, so let's think about it.
We need that money for the whole county.
Thank you.
Well, right now,
I just
again,
need to answer this, that those funds are not designated for Forest Service roads.
it says
They're not
schools
designated.
and it says schools and roads and Forest Service. And so why can't that money, yes, it is. It's just like PILT money for the whole county, for the benefit of the whole county, taxpayers' money. So the people who pay taxes up in Georgetown Lake area, why can't they get a benefit of that funding? That's my question. And I'd like you to look into it, because what's happening up in Georgetown Lake, and the question about the maintenance on that road, Forest Service road, but the county, I think, can to say, let's take some of that money and put it towards the maintenance. I think that's a possibility, and maybe it can be looked into.
So Elena, that money is put into the road fund for maintenance, countywide. We don't designate
Okay.
particular areas to put so much money on this road or that road. We don't have ways to do that. It is designated for maintenance for countywide road funds.
Okay, well, maybe you can cite the specific Montana codes annotated that says that. Maybe you can find that for me.
It's not gonna
Thank you.
happen.
I'll send you a letter. Bye.
Thank you for your information, and we'll take it under advisement. Thank you, Elena.
Besides that, we'd have to use most or all that money to reconstruct the road. and then nobody else would get in.
Is there any other public comment? On matters within the commissioner's jurisdiction?
Obviously, that's just,
Yeah, but this gives us an idea.
yeah,
So this is what we did in 23, and this is what we plan in 24.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
I'll be a Bearcat too.
Hmm?
I mean, that's tough to accomplish all that, you know. Thought about that.
Well, at least we have an idea. I mean, that's all we need.
Yeah.
Them rocks and that.
I know my writing's not the best, Joe.
It's not even a word.
So on average, how far will 1,000 yards go?
About a mile.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
So yeah, Willow Creek, they haven't gotten any for a while either, right, so. Mr. Lucci.
Yeah.
Was that senior or junior?
Hmm?
Senior or junior?
Senior
Lauren?
Lauren,
Yeah.
yes,
So is Willow Creek upper or lower?
Upper.
How many of the county roads can you get done in a year? Like, get half of them?
That's anybody's guess.
Okay, depends on how bad they are.
That's entirely up to Mother Nature.
okay, we have a couple minutes, any public comment on matters within the commissioner's jurisdiction?
Blaine will be on Zoom, Blanche due to the fact that his dad's had an
Yeah.
operation.
He's here.
Yeah, I'm on. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
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 hello,
Hi. You can hear me all right?
yeah,
Okay.
yes, we can, thank you.
You know, he's sitting there, right, but he's got his pajama bottoms on.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
Very good. Hmm. Yeah, you like the new one. That's good.
You can put your face back on. I like your smiling face, yeah. Okay, it is 9:20. It is time for the weekly report with Road and Bridge Superintendent Paul Alt.
We're just playing roads and, patching holes still. I got them sent out to Georgetown Lake today, patching. We're just trying to mix it up. You know, a little bit here and a little bit there, because you could stay on one road forever, you know?
Yeah.
But
You sending the deputy sheriff up there too to maintain the speed for those poor little guys that are trying to catch the road. That's dangerous.
They didn't know they throttle up when they see anybody out there.
Seems like it, don't.
It does,
Terrible.
it does. Gonna go get some Durapatch oil, but probably gonna wait another week or so. And I would just wanna get it when we're ready to start using it. Might as well keep cold patch until we're, you know, well, we're never gonna be done, but
No, once they sweep it, it brought some holes out, didn't it?
yeah. Then trying to get an estimate on renting a broom so we can sweep all these roads. We got the one on the front end loader, but it just doesn't do a good enough job because it's not hydrostatic driven. So that you gotta go too fast to get the broom spin. And I'll get some different numbers on that probably next week, but it'd be pretty nice to get them all swept.
Well, at least you can see what you need to do.
Yeah. But
Say that again, Scott.
At least that way you can see what to do where the holes and stuff, because they're full of that thing that goes over the top of it. It's not-
So you just sweep the ones that are paved?
yeah.
No, we're gonna sweep through it.
We don't want to sweep the gravel off.
Yeah, go down, 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 down.
Get down through
First,
the
we
middle.
got truck.
You don't know if you don't ask, right?
But
What did they figure out what's wrong with the water truck?
still working on it.
Machine that the computers on it.
Yeah. Still working on it, trying to get it to run. If they can't figure it out here, we're gonna wind up having to tow it to Mac dealer in Missoula.
And what's that for?
The water truck, the one in front of the place, keep, you know, things way better. Something for the computer system, they got a guy looking at it, has a computer thing right in Drummond, so that'd be cheaper that way, but if he can't figure it out, he's saying we'll have to tow it to Missoula, or take it in and
I just wanted to mention on the gravel portion of the East Fork Road,
Mac. Don't you dare.
there's not much of that. But anyway, it looks really nice when you played it. But the only thing is, when it rains, it turns, the rock goes someplace, I don't know where it goes. And it just turns to slime real quick.
Right.
But right now, I mean, it's like nice.
Yeah. It definitely goes to slime, there's no doubt. When we start laying gravel down too, we're gonna need to ram a roller. So we have something decent that'll
Come back.
actually work. I mean, we've got an old one, you know, that we use, but if we're gonna try to get a bunch done, we just gotta have something decent that'll pound the shit down. So I thought I'd get one of them, you know, kind of online for June. So, you know, so we're not looking at the, you know, at the spur of the moment and can't find it. And the first aid guy, he finally got here yesterday, so we got everything is all full. So
That's a bow shop.
both shops, dumps, everything's full. And then he's getting us some regular bigger portable kits. Get a few of them, you know, so they're a little better quality. So. Other than that. Oh, yeah,
You're gonna be able to use the one belly dump.
yeah.
How about the second one in a certain place?
We'll use it on anything we haul out of the middle fork. You know, for,
It's
as
not.
long as we're going across the fork and stuff like, so we're, anywhere we're on dirt other than that, I just can't.
Keep it off the highway.
Yeah, it just leaks too much.
That it for road?
And the Forest Service called me, wanna buy 400 yards of gravel for the campground down there again out of Middle Fork. That's, I told them that's your guys' deal, so.
It'd be like over $6,000 charge them 16, we don't do nothing, they just come get it, 400 yards.
Yeah, but we need it for our roads. Why would we crush it and then sell it to them? They can go haul it from Medish or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to sell it, then we're just gonna have to we'll buy that yardage right back from a different pit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they can go buy it from a different pit.
How do you feel about that, Scott?
Well, I never thought about it, to have a pit right there, they can go get us another pit, cause we'll turn around, and have to pay for it, so, yeah, we'll just keep our own money. I agree with Chuck, I see what you're saying.
So there's a pit just as close where
Now
we
they
can-
got units.
Yeah.
Well, it goes to about, amounts to just about a half mile of road for us to do, And we need it in that area.
Okay, so-
Yeah, pretty.
So I guess tell Forest Service. No. They can buy it from someone else. Okay. You all agree?
Yeah.
Got to make a motion on it, okay. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, we're here on the pickup.
Not yet.
You know, that old pickup they took in, we told them take it in, and get looked at.
No, we got them, they're fixing it.
Oh.
Yeah, we decided last week to fix it, remember?
Yeah, but I didn't.
Yeah, no, it's still. I'm hoping it would get done sometime this week. The one those guys are driving now. Got about might as well be sitting on a 5-gallon can.
And these new seats and everything, they're sitting and they got big old bags and.
Scott, how about solid waste?
Okay, solid waste. So I sent out all the granite disposal customers that are using the dump and the weights of that. 20 cents a pound. There was, I think, probably 15 that Rick took care of because he bought 5 units and those weights were taken off his 5 units that he purchased for that purpose, so he could pay for the customers, the new customers. So he's got a balance about 2,000 pounds that he can credit for the next quarter when we do this exercise again. So the total on that was over $5,000 I billed. We'll see if we get it. That's another story. There was 40 of those people, that are using the dump, plus the 15 that Rick took care of. So there's on the people with no dump units, haven't purchased, not on their property taxes, so they're just riding shotgun and
Yeah.
things like that. How do you want me to go about? I'm going to start on that. So do you want me to bill from how much they've already done for the year, or should I request them to purchase a unit?
Bill,
What's that?
you gotta bill them.
Well, if they bought a unit, most of those cases would cover their.
So this is
regardless,
it.
they got-
We gave
They've gotta
other
pay.
people the opportunity of buying a unit. I think they should have the opportunity as well.
Yeah, so I'll send out, they need to buy a unit or 2 if they're over 2,000. So that kind of a notice would be appropriate for them.
So is there something that in our policy that possibly, I guess you do your research to see how many people that have their land that aren't dumping? Whether or not
Oh, there is
there
There's
should be.
thousands that have units on but never come to the dump.
Yeah,
But there's people that don't pay and are coming to the dump. And they've got a card issued to.
And you know those people, so you bill them. Like we said last week, just send them a bill, they can either pay the 20 cents a pound, or they could pay buy a unit.
yeah.
Just, they need to get a letter right away.
That's why I said bill them, so they know
Yeah.
what they got, and that way we move on.
Yeah, so I'll give them, in the letter, I'll say you have this many pounds so far, and here's the 20 cents amount, or you can buy 2 units.
Or buy unit. Yeah,
An option
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah. Yeah, are we gonna keep doing that, giving them that option?
Well, I think we decided that in July, when it starts over, you buy units or you don't.
Otherwise, we'll be doing this every week.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get to the people without without dump units. Because I was trying to finalize the granite disposal thing. It's a busy
Yeah.
little process we got going. So I'll do the option, pay the poundage and or buy units. And, I'll try to get that on this week and next.
Well, is this something that possibly they would wanna go ahead and for policy wise, we don't charge units on their taxes unless there's buildings on the. But then there's people that are dumping that don't have buildings
Correct.
and using their tax ID
Mhm.
and getting away with it.
Well, it had to be set up in the system and probably the previous dump clerk entered them in.
Yeah,
thinking there was some kind of
Yeah.
agreement that I don't know
Yeah.
anything about. And so.
Yeah.
But, and with that, at the first of the year, which is July 1st, do we disable the people that don't have units until they come in and buy a unit? Otherwise, it's just gonna keep, and I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
keep going and try to chase that dollar.
Yeah, we just stop it, and then they know they have to buy a unit.
Yeah.
That's
Can
what we
you,
said.
you have the capability of doing that?
Yes.
Yeah, I can
I think that should be mentioned in the letter too.
turn,
I mean, they can buy 10 units if they want.
Yeah.
Whatever, give, at any time, you can come in and buy however many units you wanna buy.
correct, yeah.
But, yeah, these guys that are skating, I just send them a letter and say, this is what you have. Keep in mind that the 1st of July, you're gonna need a different unit because them are gonna be expunged, used or not.
Right.
Just like every other tax person.
Mhm.
We're not carrying over
Yeah.
any.
No,
Some people have 20 units they purchase and they ask if they will carry over, so no, it drops. So
Yeah.
you just gotta estimate just about right.
Yeah.
So that goes with these other people too. And with that, all these, kind of decisions we're making right here, we need to update the dump policy manual to reflect the quarterly billing, granted, the 20 cents a pound and all these things we discussed, they're not getting in there. And it's hard for me to reference back, without that kind of documentation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not in there. Yeah.
Plus, we have it all.
The manual.
Yeah, so it's, since I started in September, we've made a lot of decisions about policies for special, things. And then I don't think that's reflected. in the
Yeah.
manual.
We'll have to have a work session sometime
Yeah.
when we get this after the 1st, and we have a work session, sit down, go over the policy and set it.
Okay, so when is that? When is it yearly that we update it or?
It's been an ongoing thing because of the granite
Mhm.
disposal thing. Made what,
Updated
5
it.
iterations or something.
In the last year, yeah, it's been frequent.
Kind of an ongoing thing. but
Yeah,
If we can consolidate it, get it concise, then we have a working document that, people can see and also put that.
Okay,
That-
Blaine has a comment. Go ahead, Blaine.
I was just gonna say, the commission has amended the policy as needed, but looking at it yearly would be good, at a minimum would be good too.
And also, I recommend that we put the policy on the website of the Granite County. So people can click on it and read it. They can find all the
Okay,
things like that. Because I don't think the public knows all the situations, even though we've informed them, some people are outliers and they don't know the policies. If you could, availability would be good.
okay. So Blaine, did you have anything else to add to that?
No, I like your ideas on that letter though. That sounds good.
All right, thank you. Anything else?
Got one more quick thing with the road. So we're done blading, with East, Lake Shore Drive's all bladed up. That's our spring blading, now are we done?
Well, unless we have an earthquake or something.
But I mean,
Yeah,
that was our deal, we are gonna blade it once, you know, for spring blading, but our sign says June 1st, are we gonna blade it again? Is it needed or?
Like I say, if we got 10 inches of rain and it fell apart, yeah.
emergency.
So I think, and this is something that when we visit with the Forest Service on our Schedule A, which is coming due, we'll discuss more on, right now, we're saying no maintenance.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about my merry way?
Okay, is there any public comment? Okay,
Chance Gibson, the ranch at Rock Creek. Just want to say thank you for Rock Creek. It's amazing. Typically, it's a four-wheel drive session, but you guys did an amazing job early April, so thank you.
Good to hear that once in a while. I'll pass that along. All right, we'll see you guys.
thank you.
Tore off a few mufflers before we got that. So.
Thanks, Scott. Okay, it's 9:35. Dam tenders report. As of 6:15 this morning, it's 6428.96 feet. 6.48 inches below the full pool.
Last week was 6.6. Last week was 6.6.
Barely going up. a little bit.
Yeah, so is it in control
Mhm.
for now?
And Brad Lehrman has joined you guys today.
Hmm?
Brad Lehrman has joined you guys today for your session on this.
Is there a motion?
Well, I think we should get tricky now. Probably stay the same for another week. And then or we could go down a little bit and rate it up a little bit.
It's just a election, you know, when you do that, if we're gonna move it every week, then we never really gain nothing. You know, we're always a week behind, it takes time to figure it. I just stay the way we are right now, and then let's see what this weather does this weekend.
Yeah, we're supposed to get rain,
Yeah, so I just need to stay where we're at.
so that'll be my motion to stay.
That's it.
Is there any public comment?
What Brad think?
Brad,
Yeah. No major comment. No, that sounds good. I think you guys are, yeah, I think that sounds about right.
okay, great. Any other public comment? Thanks, none, all in favor?
All right.
Aye. Motion carries and passed.
Mhm. Take the bottom off of it, and that's all.
Yeah.
Scott, we gotta remember, we gotta go to 30, May 15th. That's when kind of,
That's only, you know, we're at 25, so that's why it's, you know, just kind of keep it that way, it won't devastate us, you know. if we drop weight too much, like drop down to 15 and try to come back up, I think we're staying pretty much where we're at. It's not gonna be a big. That's nice. Otherwise, you know, we're starting and trying to pull that back up, and I think we're doing better than, I'd say, over half of the other.
Where were we at last year?
Time last year.
Guys were high, I think.
You know,
Mhm.
we were a foot below.
Were you?
Right, well,
I'll just tell you. Let's look it up.
Cause I think if I heard right, like Eastport, there's like only 60%.
It's what?
60% is what I heard.
Okay, so last year on April 24th, we were 6428.37.
We were lower.
I thought
I'd
we
been
were,
lower.
yeah, we're staying, I like this where we're staying, cause then we're not fluctuating so much, trying to gain and.
So we're
lose.
about the same.
But the
So
snowpack was
this year's
higher.
0.95. We can,
We're 3 inches.
okay.
I think we're like 3 inches above than what we were last year, but. We started dumping and kind of gaining this, if we just stay steady, it seems like it works better.
There was a higher snowpack last year too, so your runoff was more, right?
Yeah, they had like 120% at Peterson Meadows.
And right now
I'm not
you're-
quite sure what it is
I
this
think
year.
you're at, like,
Flux, it's there.
78?
Yeah.
78 Peterson minutes.
Well,
No,
as
we're
far
sitting-
as
we're sitting-
snowpack, we're the less in the state. I mean, I think it's, last week it was like 56.
Yeah, but I think that, you know, this little bit, and then this cold weather we've got is helping us big time. We're staying stable. There's still a lot of ice on that, you know, lake, so.
Okay, so taking 6429.5 minus 6428.38 and then times by 12 is 13.44 last year below.
I thought we were a foot below last year when we had this time.
And then we flooded them out.
Uh-huh. So this way we're just, yeah, I think we're better.
So we're definitely,
We're doing good.
Yeah.
We're in a lot better shape. than
Yeah.
A lot of people. You look at Flathead Lake and that, wow.
It's still low.
Oh, yeah. They don't have nothing coming in. They have no snow. You look up in the basins and now them hills are already.
okay, so at 9:45, the next agenda item is update on Ace Roofing matter, repair of drain, discussion and decision. So, Blaine,
So for an update, we're trying to negotiate an agreement with Ace, but in the meantime, they're waiting for final numbers from Dayspring, as well as information back from our insurance company on what they're going to cover. And so, the meantime, we were potentially looking at just getting those drains redone and then going after Ace after the fact, and then the bill. But in looking at Dave Kaufman's report, it was more than just drain collars. He was wanting there were some other issues there with the drains that they needed to fix. I don't know if the commission wants to go forward right now and have the drains redone, and then we just bill Ace and potentially have to bring a lawsuit against them later on. But right now, we're not able to negotiate anything until we hear back from Dayspring.
So you're more or less saying that we should put it out to bid and see if we can get somebody to redo the drains, and then once
Well-
we can go after them over that.
So Janine has talked to Dave Kessler about doing the drains on the inside, and that was waiting until the collars are done. For just the collars alone, installing those, you'd do that for $400. But Dave Kaufman's recommending more than just the drain collars themselves.
Well,
Ace Roofing gave some high number like 8,000, which is incredible, but
If we fixing the drain, just the drain, just the collars, is this just a Band-Aid, or we're gonna have to redo everything, even if we have somebody do it for $400, are we just putting a Band-Aid on it, or do we need to fix the things right and then go? It just seems
I
like.
think that my understanding is that the collars would need done in any event and would help. Though now we're past the big snow season, so I potentially just waiting now and see if we can't reach an agreement with ACE may be an idea too. Commission's decision on that. It was one reason why it was leaking into the planning office was because it was a lot of built up snow and ice, and then it was backed up in there. So I don't know if we're going to get that this spring anymore.
I just don't mind putting that $400 into fixing it, but are we fixing it good enough that it's gonna last, or we have to pull that all out and redo everything? That's what I don't understand. I mean, we're gonna get some spring rains, and I just hate to, fix something and turn around, and tear it all back out and cost us double the money to redo it all.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would say we wait and see, get an agreement with ACE here hopefully in the next month and have them do it, because they said that they would do that at their expense as part of this agreement.
Otherwise, if we have somebody else go in too, Blaine, maybe they'll say, well, it's not done right, and it's not done to their specs, and then they're gonna back out, and then they'll hold that against us. So let's
Yeah.
just do their own.
That's- Yeah, I think we'll be fine here in the next month and hopefully get an agreement with ACE is the hope, and we'll get that on the commission agenda.
Yeah, we'll just pressure them a little bit more, and let's just do it that way. I just didn't do it one time. I don't want somebody else coming and ends up on us.
Good. I think Day Spring is going to come and do an estimate and let us know how much it'll be to do the mold remediation. So that'll help as far as, opportunity to get an agreement.
I mean, these guys are, see what they think. That's just my opinion.
Okay, so what you were saying, Blaine, is that the reason we had it leaking in the planning office was because snow and ice build up, and that's taken care of right now. So there shouldn't be any problems with rain right now if we get rain where it's gonna leak. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that is correct. So I think, there is possibility of another good storm or so, but I think, we'll be good here. Hopefully get an agreement with ACE, and then they'll take care of that issue of the drains on top of the roof.
Yeah, I think it's better that route, I guess.
Okay, so on the agenda item, update on ACE roofing matter, we are going to wait on the repair of the drain until
ACE gets back.
ACE gets back with us. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, that's my suggestion.
Okay, alrighty, so no repair of the drain right now, so do we need a motion on that?
No, I think this is a discussion. We're not really making the decision. We're just
Okay.
waiting for them to come
Okay.
back with what we've already been
Okay.
through.
Okay, so that is our decision there. We will wait for ACE roofing. We will not repair the drain until we get back from ACE roofing. Yep. Is there any public
Yep.
comment?
Thanks, Blaine.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thanks, Blaine. All right. There you go. Okay, so our next agenda item is at 10 o'clock, and it will be monthly claims review and approval.
How's it going out
Good, good. Starting to get into busy season, so that's why I'm so grateful for that road. Really made my life much better.
there? Thanks.
Take some pretty good heat. when that happens, but, thank you.
Now you can keep them slowed down out there.
Yeah,
I
now,
got
now,
past that day, I was like, oh, I mean, I drive fast.
yeah, I have some of my youngsters that we come up on that little hill and it's kind of veering off to the right. And that's where the potholes would settle, and they would just, the company trucks just hitting there at 35 miles an hour. Ripping mufflers and front end joints, and it was, I was like,
It's not theirs, they don't care.
hey, yeah, right.
True. He's got a whole talk to Paul about that dust abatement stuff.
I haven't, I'm just gonna get his number and talk to him.
Yeah.
Do you want to, just take my card, you can pass it
I'll
along
take
to
it
him?
to him, yeah. You have to get home to him and all this other stuff.
Yeah, can I get your card too?
There
I'm
you
your, I'm your neighbor out there.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I live, oh, yeah, I live in the first place right past the Gillis Bridge, the Florence Memorial Bridge.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I like it.
so it's nice to know who's up
It's a
there.
beautiful place.
Yeah, thank you.
Every afternoon, I take my dog out there, that little stop at the corner of the road
Yeah.
where the water is.
Yeah,
She likes to just run around there for a
Get
minute
right
and we
in.
head back home.
yeah, no, it's pretty spot.
Yeah, I love it.
Nice.
If you guys ever need anything, just give me a shout.
Yeah, absolutely, thank you.
Crushing gravel this year? Somebody was talking last year about that they were gonna try to get maybe, but that other guy bought for him since, didn't he?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I heard that last year and I didn't know if that was true.
Yeah, that was
She's still working
kind of a last minute loss on our part, but yeah, you know, it's, I can look into it. Ways to do anything or.
Yeah. just maybe partner up or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm all about helping out, and, just like Coast to Coast, they've been by 4 or 5 times. We've donated them diesel so they can
Cool.
stay active. in
Thank
the
you.
area.
Appreciate that.
And, you know, it was funny because we had, one of our, younger wranglers, she slipped off the side of the horse and busted her hip pretty good. It's just a bruise, a deep bruise, but, and then Coast to Coast was there like that. So I was like, yes,
No, they do a good job.
they do. They're nice people too. Really nice people. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to step out, but
Hey,
Thank
thanks
you.
for,
Appreciate it.
thanks for your
Thanks
time.
for-
I'll
Have
see
a
you
good
guys
one.
next week. I'm
See ya.
always in the area on Tuesdays.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So what was the saying about coast to coast?
That they were out there, that he's been giving them fuel, and they were out there when that gal fell off the horse.
Oh, gal went off the road,
No, fell off a horse.
oh, fell off a horse.
Yeah.
Who out there on their,
on that foot.
Mhm.
What you here for?
Well, actually, I'm a member of the board at Georgetown Homeowners. So I sort of got the assignment to stop by your meeting. Not very positive. So, and the only thing I'd really say, even from your comments and what's happened with the Georgetown Lake Road, I'm not really a part of it. I don't know if you remember me, I'm part of the Denton's Lake Park.
Yeah, I remember.
So I was here for quite a few meetings years ago. But, I don't know, I think just in our discussions, what it'll probably come down to is just the issue of our only choice is to probably protest taxes. You know, since all of us pay a road tax. I don't know what else we can do. I don't know what you guys can do. I haven't really been a part of it. So I don't know what the discussion has been or real reasons. I assume they're financial. But it's a crucial issue up there, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
Crucial everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure.
I mean, everybody could protest taxes, because I mean, there's a lot of these we're not getting to. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that's the thing. One comes to another, it's, yeah. It's not good.
No, not at all. So anyway, that was my assignment today.
What's your name again? So
I'm Bob Smith.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I remember you, Bob.
We have a bunch.
I remember you now.
We did the, what was it? We're trying to get done for him. For the, and I was kicked off it. Because I was, clerk and recorder and then
Yes.
county surveyor, and so they kicked me off for being county surveyor. Remember when we went up to, and we were looking at, like zoning and stuff,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
So
I don't know if you remember, but, well, you weren't really in my living room, but my living room was a nice, beautiful view. Except now my nice, beautiful view is the back of 3 duplexes.
was this, I remember the one time one guy was gonna go straight up too. Is that what you're talking about? There was one house that, right there, and he was gonna go and then blocking the view from, yeah, it was horrible,
And that didn't
Horrible.
happen,
yeah.
just the duplexes take up a pretty good chunk of the
Yeah.
view. Yeah,
And that's right in front of you.
yeah.
This is just frustrating, this jury selection thing, and then they settle it out of court, yeah, we still have to pay all.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? 70 of them, 70 or 75.
So on your question on your homeowners association thing, and you making the comment that all we can do is protest taxes
Yeah,
and protest county taxes.
yeah.
And then, so what our problems is with the Forest Service on the Forest Service road. That, what we're trying to do is get the Forest Service to help us with maintenance. And so you'd be protesting taxes for the Lake Shore Drive not having maintenance on it. Is that what your homeowners are thinking about?
Well,
No, just, you know, a question, we really worked hard on this to try to keep that road maintained and trying to do something, trying to work with the Forest Service and trying to get extra monies from the federal government. And we're at a, you know, almost a dead end, like, I'm sure the frustration that you guys have up there. Who's at fault here?
Well, the frustration, of course, is that it's been done for this many years,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's gonna stop. So, and with it being a Forest Service road, and we even had the other day, I think whether you know JJ Johnson, Jim Johnson, he was with the Job Corps when they actually redid and built the roads up the other side. So he was there discussing it. And that has nothing to do with it, but nobody knows what to do. Looking at descriptions of property around there, it actually describes on some of the plats of being out into the center line of the road. So what's on the other side?
Yeah.
Yet it's Forest Service talked about. So we're looking into that factor. we're just looking into a lot of things.
And then the one thing that Chuck brought up was, and there was a comment that this gentleman has lived up there for over 25 years, and the road's not been in this bad a shape, and Chuck was saying that at one point, when the timber sales and stuff, money would be set aside to fix the road, and so the Forest Service did fix the road.
Yeah,
Or
they
did-
had, they had money.
Yeah, and so it was, and then now in this Schedule A agreement, they want the county to maintain it. And they're stating that the county, because of it's more residential than it is, what, natural
Recreational.
resources or recreational. And the agreement that we have with the Forest Service of the master agreement says all traffic. It doesn't split out whether it's residential, recreational, or natural resource access.
Well, it's just, I mean, dealing with the issue up there. When I moved in, which is 25 years ago. That. I don't, what's it, quadrupled since I moved in? It's just it's a tremendous issue around the lake. It's not really a recreational road anymore. It's for public, well, it's for homeowners, put it that way.
Well, like Scott brought up a couple weeks ago, somebody should look into the leases of their Forest Service leases and see what it says on their leases on who will maintain that road. Wouldn't you think?
So just for,
Is it the same?
we've got Elena wants to make a comment. We're just discussing, this is not on the record or for the record or anything. We have a person in here that while we're working on claims, we're discussing his feelings about what's going on with the Lake Shore Road. So Elena, what is your comment?
I asked him his name and that, so. it's
Yeah.
on record.
Yeah,
Thank you, Elena Gagliano. This is a discussion. I think it's important. I think it should be on the minutes. It's interesting what Mr. Smith said. You invited him to make comments, which he is. And I think that's important. And I think it should be in the minutes. It is a discussion. Even though it isn't between the agenda items, you continue to talk about it. And he has made some excellent points. And this should be something that the rest of the public would be interested in also. So I really think it should be part of the minutes. And I think it should be put on the agenda again, just the what you're discussing and the way you're discussing it now. I think there should be a discussion where these points are brought up. Thank you.
I think it's gonna be on next week, isn't it?
The 7th, is kind of what I was looking at. I just need to confirm with
Need a little time to
the
get-
Forest
And-
Service.
and just to clarify, it will be in the minutes. There's just no decision being made on it. And to clarify, the reason I brought this up, because your hand was raised, is because Scott asked this gentleman's name and we were discussing it while we were looking at
I
claims.
didn't know why I was here.
Sorry. They're under the bus.
See you.
See him up, thanks.
Thanks, Bob. This look good to you?
Yeah, there's only a few, the rest, 90% of it's jury stuff. I didn't look through the just by glance, but I don't, ain't nothing to do about the jury stuff. I don't think the other claim. We got some more safety stuff.
These guys are putting in mileage when you're in town.
It's on that. Some of them just have no mileage.
So maybe he's
Somebody
outside
must
city
have told them
limits.
to fill down.
67 cents for mileage. 1 mile.
Did we put a minimum on that?
Well, I think in town, there wasn't, they couldn't claim mileage if they were in town, there should be a minimum. So this guy had put a mile down for mileage, so he's getting 67 cents,
For jury duty?
huh?
Is that for jury duty?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know if district court has. Apparently she approved it, so.
Well, is there any way we could make?
Well, I think maybe,
I asked Blaine about it, and he said by state law, there's nothing we do. That it kind of comes through as a, I forget, he told me something, I said, "Oh, I didn't think that was right. I thought the lawyers should have to pay for it to settle it out, you know? Like with the county.
Maybe we should have one of those simple bills in the legislature.
yeah,
I know.
I think
people-
there's a lot of
I know people
simple-
that like those.
I think there's a lot of simple bills in there.
so they must be
Been
just
really
giving
watching
them,
it lately, holy
they
cow.
must be giving them a minimum of a mile if they're in town, so they get 67 cents. And then it costs 66 cents to mail them the check,
Mhm. It's a non-profit.
and probably $1.25 to write the check. Just kidding.
There's no way to take them tables, or just get rid of them.
What's that?
Them
those tables.
Does anybody want them? If nobody wants them, they should just get them out of the room and get them to the down the street, or what's it called? Make it all that clothes and stuff in there. Each
Thrift
day-
store?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll want them, but I can ask them. They're always full.
We're
It's
gonna-
hard to drop stuff off there anymore.
Now we're gonna have to find another part-time person to help move stuff, and that other guy's not gonna do it now.
So the temporary employee you guys authorized, the person that Janine had in mind for that is not interested.
Say that again.
The temporary employee you authorized last week to help move stuff, the person Janine had in mind for that is not interested. So she is going to see if she can find somebody else who might be interested, and in the meantime, I told her to try to coordinate with her fill-in to get those things.
Could we
moved.
find out who stuffs what in them offices down there, so we don't end up throwing somebody's stuff anyway, please? I went down and looked Thursday when they called me, it'd be pretty simple to move a bunch of that stuff, you know, and do that really nice covered thing, and then, but I don't know who stuffs what. Find out, you know.
Yeah, and I think when they were here, they're gonna start with the bathrooms, right? And that area is all clean. I need to coordinate and I'll talk to Paul. The museum's gonna take that bed. That's the only thing that needs moved out of there for the bathroom project to start, and so I
Yeah,
just
if
need
you
to
could
coordinate
send
getting
somebody
that to the
like, you
museum.
know, I'd go up and help bring, get it down. there.
Okay, and I just- Yeah, I'll need to coordinate with TJ to get that up there to make sure someone's there.
Who takes care of the museum and cleans it? They have anybody?
You know, TJ kind of is in charge of, I know when people want to utilize the space, so.
Try to figure somebody around if I want to do it.
Yeah,
Help.
a little support.
So is Drummond having, who are they having speak down there?
5 minute speech, that's the commissioner, who's running for commissioner, senate, all that, there's like 10 possible.
Where's that at?
The library at Drummond tonight. And that's Fridays up here, right? Really?
Yeah, there's two different things going on up here that I read. There's it's like a Republican candidates thing up at the museum. And then there's like a all candidate meet and greet thing at the library.
So that's Friday.
Well, same day.
Yeah, I don't think they realized they
like
were doing it at
the-
the same
what-
time.
They say it's county and school district at the library.
Is it, yeah, maybe, yeah. And then it's, I think, just Republican candidates, so it wouldn't be the school thing at the museum. But they
What time does the
scheduled them.
library start?
5:30, I think.
Same time?
Yeah, one is at 5, one's at 5. It's really weird. I think there was
I'll try to go
a
tonight. if something
miscommunication.
comes up. You know, most of them I know or heard
Yeah.
about it already, so.
Yeah, the one in Drummond's at 6 tonight.
Well, the Republican one usually pulls in, you know,
The bigger candidate.
bigger candidates.
Mhm.
So is Paul all excited about that?
I think he's really nervous.
Huh?
I think he's really nervous. He's not gonna make it to the one up here though, because his daughter has a track meet that he'll be at. But he's gonna go to Drummond.
Well, now you're gonna be the one up here?
I told him he should be, but I think he's gonna try.
You gotta
But
be.
I know Sophia has a track meet though, and he's gonna go to a track meet. We'll see what he does.
Bless you.
He'll be in Drummond tonight.
Ditto. Devil.
He was nervous last night.
Or just, like I said, I'll visit me for anything.
Yeah,
Ashley said they told her I'd talk for 5 minutes.
yeah.
It's pretty hard to do. Some of them guys, so they're trained to do that, so they can go on and on.
Yeah,
Couple of minutes, just tell me where you're from, what you're about, what your objective, your plan.
yeah. We all had dinner together last night. And that's what his wife and I told him. We're like, just settle down.
What you see where the veto thing failed?
Veto thing failed,
442.
1242.
so it went through again. The veto thing failed,
The override of the veto.
the override of the veto failed. So I'll have to take it back to the legislature, right? Next session. Maybe we'll have a different governor.
I heard that.
I've been political. So maybe we'll
Yeah,
have
do
a
that.
different governor. I bet you that.
Whatever happened to our microphones?
I think
It didn't work.
they're in a box in the stairwell. You want one for a souvenir?
I think we need microphones here.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion that we accept this one.
I say,
Any public comment? All in favor?
uh,
Aye.
Sure. Can we go off for just a couple of minutes?
Should we take a recess until 10:30?
Oh, my mouse is frozen. Hold on. Blowing right through the day.
Hmm?
Guys are blowing right through the day.
That was nice that, what's his name? Would come in and say that.
Chance?
He's been here more than he.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Did you leave me one of those too? Thanks.
That's that guy from Lockwood.
Chance. Sarah had a dog named Chance. My socks. Okay, it is 10:30. Our next agenda item is contract with TCS Northwest and Granite County for the courthouse elevator and ADA project discussion and decision.
What was the changes, Wayne?
I don't remember exactly what the changes were. I do know though that TCS has already signed off on it, and so has Scott Cromwell has reviewed it, and so has Blaine. But let me go back in my email and see.
Did they get their insurance in, all that stuff's in now?
Yep, and their bond, and we have what we need for that additional insurance that we had to purchase. We've done that.
$4,000. Wasn't that the main thing, was just to make sure that the bond and the insurance on the bond, all that was in?
Yeah, but something changed in the contract. Let me see if I have it.
I see a lot of blue.
Added,
across.
It says, Scott Cromwell added some not applicable language, deleted a few non-essential sections, and brought the general liability coverage that Michael shared into the contract.
Stuff like this, I kind of wish Scott would be on so he could explain this stuff to us, so we're not guessing. I mean, it's a $1 million project, and something like this, I wish he'd be on to explain it.
Well, I mean, this is the agreement between the owner and the contractor, and I think Blaine has probably already went over this. And I kind of looked it over, and it's just, there's
they're gonna take the fall
Just-
for it if there's
yeah,
something wrong
I
with
think-
$1 million.
Where's Blaine at?
Are you listening? Hey.
What?
Are you listening to me? No, you're not.
What? Huh? Say that again, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, so you're gonna take the ball if there's something in this for $1 million?
Oh, here's
Well, no,
Blaine.
we'll say that Blaine will take the fall.
I just know they said there was something they wanted to change and then the insurance and then that $4,000 of ours.
And we purchased that.
Okay.
And Blaine is back.
He's
Blaine
back.
can speak.
Hi, Blaine.
Hi, I'm on. What was the
Okay.
question?
Okay, so we have this draft abbreviated form of agreement between owner and contractor. But there's been some amendments, is that what you're saying, Scott? Or what?
What was the changes, Blaine? I guess I just wanna make sure,
So-
well,
So one of them was just adding in the liability insurance information for TCS. And there was no other substantive changes. It's the same dollar amount, same requirements there. So Michael Cleveland's already electronically signed it. So my advice would be for the commission to approve this final draft, and it's no games are being played. It's just there was few clarifications.
okay, thanks.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion, we go ahead with it.
I'll second it.
Is there any public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Blaine.
You're welcome.
There, see? I knew you'd be able to answer that question, Blaine.
And you guys will actually sign electronically, so I will just go in and
Okay,
sign for you and
All right.
note it in the minutes. So-
sign it electronically, please.
Yeah.
Thanks, Billy.
No, except for we may go sit out in that place area.
Why would we have the?
What's your question?
On that third page in this. Trying to figure out what. It's on the general fund county building salaries, why would we have it? We're trying to figure out where, we don't take it money out of salaries, right? Just don't understand why that one's in there, I guess.
County building. So there's a possibility that if you need to take money, that we need to budget money and outlay that we can put on the elevator too, I would think maybe. I don't know. Why do you have?
This one on top left. I just don't understand why cause we wouldn't take salaries out of a county building,
No.
cause there's only.
No. No, I don't know.
That's all I was trying to figure out why it's trying to tap into that one. That's. We needed the ARPA, the still, and
Okay, so-
the county building, that's the three.
I was
LA,
Let me
whatever.
go into trial balance on 4,000 fund, telling you what is in the county
Cause
elevator portion of balance. Gotcha for. So. Building elevator.
and that LT or LA rate, whatever they call that, that's in ARPA bunch. That LT PC or whatever, is that all
That's
mixed
in-
in ARPA?
In our, in the ARPA fund.
I just, I had it all down, but I don't know what I did with all that.
4,000.
We thought the ARPA had it.
So
1.3 on ARPA, I'm just, how much is in the elevator then fund?
172,219.
Oh,
So I'm thinking when you're looking, I guess we can go into. We could go ahead and start with the 1045.
cause I just, there's some discussion, trying to
Yeah,
figure it out
this-
before we get into making a decision.
Budget detail for courthouse 88 elevator project discussion.
Okay, so the first one there on the first page where it says 81,43376, why is it a minus on that? We don't have that in there? Yes, I don't know where it's. Minus 328,165.
So they reversed out 328,671 for some reason.
Down,
I don't, what minus are you talking about?
well, it's got a minus in it, so we,
Well, your revenue account is a credit account. So this is just an A101, what came in. Okay, this is in the accounting period from 7/20 to 3/24. I don't know why you have that.
I
That
don't either,
is,
that's why I'm screwed up. I'm
that's the COVID. It's the COVID-19 stimulus. Okay, that's not a really good. Let's do something different here.
We really already want to know what we had in each fund, and then we can.
Okay, so
actually-
the-
this is
I
how
think
we
you
know.
start out with, your cash, okay? So we know that in the ARPA fund, there's 1,367,464. Not that we're gonna use all that
No.
for the elevator, but that is what's in the cash right now. And in the elevator fund, there's 172,219.
Okay,
Okay, so we decided that we're gonna take it out of the ARPA fund, out of the elevator fund, out of PILT, correct?
correct. What's in PILT? One,
So
To
let me look just a
1.2.
second here. And we'll say, I'll tell you what,
So how much of the ARPA are we taking out?
well, that's what we need to
that's
decide.
that's why I just wanted to see how much we had in each, and then get the price of the elevator, and then we can look and see what taking a little bit of, I'm all.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Wanted to make it simple, we see the elevator
Okay.
for sure, we would take 150,000 out of it, leave 20,000 in. this is just me.
Say that again.
Okay, just like the elevator. It's 170, down near 173,000, so a guy take like just even 125,000 out of it. So we
Why
still
not
have
use
some,
all
just in case we have to have something else done to the elevator, we have a little bit of funds in there, do you?
There should be some.
I
sort of-
think,
I don't want to drain them completely,
no, I think that that's what we've been saving for the elevator. I think we need it all.
but I mean, what if there's something
There should,
after that? you
should be
know,
some sort of guarantee.
So this, then it would come out of county building
Warranty.
maintenance.
So we just,
Yeah.
we drain that whole thing?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what we've been saving for is the elevator.
I just want.
And I'm not raising my voice to you.
Oh, hell no. No, this is a big deal here. I just, this stuff, I'm lost.
So if this is what's in there now, and there's gonna be probably a little bit of interest at the end of the year, so like I said, it might come up to 173.
Yeah, I just wrote 173 just.
That's what we've been saving, that goes for the elevator. Then anything after the fact, a maintenance of it would come out of county building, and we probably have to do maybe a line item, especially for the elevator, for maintenance and upkeep.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I want to make sure, or otherwise we'd have to leave like a little bit in that.
Yeah, no, this is just, this is a savings account capital project. Okay,
All right. And then the
so
Harvard,
let's go look at cash.
how much was the elevator? 1.4?
1,000,000. $1,476,400.
476,
And $400.
1,476,000.
$1,476,400 and $400. 1476400.
1.5.
Yeah.
that's
that's
what
what I
Round to
was gonna say.
1.5. Yeah.
I think it's just easier to go that.
Okay,
So, take 1.5, subtract 173. What's that?
You want me to do
I
that?
don't know.
okay, so as far as budget wise with ARPA, we had designated the 600,000, right? And that's been sitting in there just for the elevator project.
We have almost a million in there.
Yeah, 1,000,003.
Maybe more, 6.
Yeah, what we wanna do is look at
And then
our
just-
safety thing and see how much we wanna keep in that.
Well, we still have 5, if we went to 8, we still have 500 in there, and that's quite a bit. It doesn't ARPA have to be spent in a certain amount of time?
By 20, it has to be
Six.
appropriated by 2026 or spent or, yeah, something.
I thought it was 20.
ARPA.
26, but I'm not.
It was- Yeah.
So if we took the
Appropriate, yeah.
1.5, subtract 172,000 off of that, what's that leave? I'm just trying to break it down by
Let me get
steps.
my
and then
calculator.
Then
out.
we know, then look into the ARPA, how much there, and then what if we have to take some out still.
Minus 172,000.
Yeah,
Well,
1,304,181.
so it'd still be a million what?
So we took the 172 away, so now we need 1,304,181. And now how much you wanna put in 800,000 right now from ARPA?
I would. At least.
So take the 1.3 and drop 800,000.
And that gives it 2,104,181.
200 and some.
2,104,000.
No.
I just added that, never mind.
I'm
Sorry.
saying, no, if it's in, if you take the 1.3, drop 800,000 off of there, it'd be 200, it'd be 500, we'd have to take out a pill.
Okay, let me start over here.
I can do it better that way. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put in,
So we take 500 out of pills, 800 out of ARPA, and 173 out, and that should cover it.
enter minus 172.
That still gives you 700 in
19
pill,
minus
right?
800.
Cause we got 1.2, so take 500
Okay,
off. the
so
average.
if we did ARPA 800, so we have 504,181, is that what you're saying? Taking out a pill?
What did I say? Now, ARPA's 800, the pill was 500 and.
Yeah.
173, yeah.
At 504,181.
Just take 500 out of pill. And then the rest of it, it'll be 800.
Okay, so we're gonna do 500,000. Okay, elevators 173, we'll just put 173, just
800
round it
out
off.
of ARPA.
And 800 out of ARPA.
And add all that up, see where we sit. That's the simplest way to do it. This other, I'm screwed up.
So 800 plus 173 plus 500.
That'd be 1.4 right there.
You're right there.
I'm a little better looking, I can't tell you that.
I got a round.
Okay,
It'd be like 1.3 something, 3.6, but it'd be like close to 1.4. I think that's the best route, and we're not. I mean, the elevator funds, we plan on taking all of it, and we'll still be okay. But we have 800 left.
okay, so that leaves us, we need $3,400. Okay,
Justify that off.
yeah, so we'll just take that off of the
We're 3,000 short, Chuck, so we just need to take.
3,400 more out of ARPA. So 803,400.
Yeah.
803,400 out of ARPA,
173,
173 out of capital project,
500.
500 out of PIL.
That'll put us right on.
And maybe any incidentals, little, that we do a line item in the county building just for little things that maybe pop up.
And then if there's add-ons or whatever, then they have to bring that in and we'll have to look back and see what, yeah.
So that comes to 1,476,400. Okay? So ARPA capital project and PIL.
Can you use ARPA for anything?
ARPA we can, that other stuff that we tried to use before, but we sent that back, we could. Remember, we thought we'd use on colors now.
So next year, you guys are gonna have to figure out what you want to spend the rest of ARPA on.
We got 2 more years of it,
You know, 26 and come pretty quick.
yeah.
Well,
No,
the
I don't agree.
LATCF, I don't think has an expiration, and your LATCF is in with your ARPA funds, so your ARPA funds are the 600,000 you've already designated, so you're good.
Yeah, we're spending all of ARPA and then the LATC funds, we're good.
You know,
You have it
got on
done.
a thread where she never would have. I gotta say something.
Hello? Go ahead, Blaine.
We got all kinds of.
I was just gonna say, I agree with Billy on that. The LATCF you have that, have it till you spend it. There's no deadline on that.
Thank you, Blaine.
Welcome.
Take your hand down now.
Here, I can take it.
Yeah, we don't want to talk to you no more.
I thought it went automatically down. It doesn't. Huh?
Nah.
No, make sure you gotta be careful about your hand too, Blaine. I didn't look very.
It was your little Zoom hand that was up.
So do we make a motion on that? That's how we're gonna take it out? Or do we?
Go ahead.
I'll make the motion on the.
Okay, so 803,400 out of ARPA.
Yep.
173,000 out of capital project. 500,000 out of PIL.
I second it.
Okay, any public comment? Things none, oh, go ahead. Was that Blaine again?
It is
His hand
Blaine.
up?
I was just gonna ask, how much does that leave in Pilt then? It's still a substantial amount, right?
Little over 800,000 still built.
Oh, good. All right. Thanks.
700.
Or should, yeah.
Okay, so the cash on hand in Pilt is,
1.2.
1.2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be 7.
Yeah, so it's still up 700 in there.
Pilt has what, 932,673, but we haven't received our funds yet, and how much are we supposed to
She's saying
receive?
there was a 1.2.
That's the budget. Cash,
Cause she
As
said
a-
it's fund total is 1.2.
Oh,
that's not cash.
tell her to go somewhere else. Yeah.
Cash is,
We can get her something when we're here to.
shut up, Blaine. Okay.
Sorry.
Hello? Blaine,
Also.
I thought it was on mute. Sorry about that. I'll get on mute.
okay. So right now, and I'm not sure what Pilt will be this year, and it'll come in June. And do we have the Pilt, what we're gonna get?
I haven't
Not
seen
yet.
We haven't gotten it, but
They
we're gonna
just
get it.
sent us a letter saying that we're getting it, but we haven't got the total yet.
So,
We did get the letter.
okay,
So you're saying we only have 900?
right now, there's 959.92,
So it leaves-
673.
So it leaves us 500. We get money to.
I mean, almost $1 million, yeah. 992. 992. Shy. 8,000.
Gamble and do it.
You guys need to vote.
Hmm?
To vote.
All in favor? Aye.
Do you need me on any longer? Are you good?
I think we're probably good.
All right. You can call me if you need me.
Okay, great.
All right. Thanks.
Uh,
Yeah, have a good one.
Dave.
You too.
So there'll be another $5,000 that's sitting right now. It's 5,282 of interest that is sitting in the elevator fund that hasn't been transferred.
So we got 178.
Yeah.
177.
Fine. Yeah, the 172,219 is last year's balance, and then they'll transfer the revenue at the end of the fiscal year, and that'll be another 5,282. So. We're taking
We'll have 5,000 more into the bill. We got to check out.
Yeah, we'll get a final total. This is preliminary budget. It isn't the final budget. At the end of the fiscal year, we'll be able to have more.
But I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're close enough to 11 o'clock. Our next agenda item is Tess Scanlon.
That's it. Yep.
With Trout Unlimited to pros partnering on DNRC grant opportunities. You want to go ahead and come up and?
Sure, yeah. I brought cookies because that's what we like.
Oh, these little
Yeah, talking about stuff that's new on the
homemade
table.
by you, fresh today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like one, Chuck?
Good morning,
There's
Sam.
some, there's some crispier and less
Ooh,
crispy.
thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for having me. I think in terms of just like big picture, this is a little bit of, this is a project that I think probably has some kind of wide ranging opportunities for your constituents as far as like the majority of the funds we'd be securing are going right back out the door for contractors. And I can speak to kind of the different contractors we work with, and that's some of the more exciting work, I think, honestly, that I get to do is sort of put funds back into the community. But also as far as the scope of this project, this might be just because it's resource-based, something that we would typically kind of look to partner with the CD on, the conservation district, but those guys don't have an administrator right now, and so we're sort of limited in what that, partnership could look like at this time. So just kind of recognizing that, the work that we're doing here, we've done 2 successful projects downstream. So we're looking at big picture, another 2 ranches, another 2 miles. The proposed work is just one of those 2 ranches on the Johnson Tune Fork Ranch. And upstream, we're already working on design for the Con Ranch as well, and working with Jeff and his folks too on that project. Just constructability wise, kind of need to break those 2 up. So, big picture, this grant is it's a reclamation and development grant. So historically would have been what, TU would apply for abandoned mine cleanup. And Rob Roberts has been in here and probably talking about a little bit of his work in that realm in the area, but they also are looking to expand what these grants fund because they essentially haven't had a lot of requests for these funds, and these funds are approved by the legislature. So they've kind of expanded into these crucial state needs, and drought mitigation as one of them. So this work by basically regrading stream banks, there's a lot of new science, emerging science that shows that like activates the floodplain area, helps store water and puts some water back in the stream later in the season. And by doing that, there's like the state kind of sees that as drought management for the watershed and as a regional benefit in an area that has been, Flint Creek is known and documented as being like a place where there's water shortages consistently, we know of. So this work is good from a habitat perspective, but it also kind of shows the state that, hey, we're also trying to work on this issue of critical water shortages in this area, and doing it in a way that's a little bit less obtrusive to some landowners than just like actually looking at irrigation infrastructure and stuff, which is like another thing that we do work on and people are interested, but not everybody. So this is another opportunity for us to basically say that we're addressing some of those, drought impacts as well.
I've actually worked on 2 of them with the, on these. I think it's a pretty good deal. I guess, only thing I'm worried about is, like, going partners with you, what do we all have to do? We don't really have no extra help. That's one thing Tessa, just looking at, I mean, it shows that you have to do this and that. I mean, we got her tied up enough. I guess that's the only problem that I have is I don't know how good of a person would be with it because we don't have really nobody to throw in to help yet.
So
That's just me.
yeah, no, and I mean, it is something that we ran into with some, some challenges with the CD as well. As far as developing all of the progress reports and invoicing and submitting the grant, like literally I can and do that for the CD as well. The one piece that really has to go back and forth is when we're doing these quarterly invoice progress reports, there's back and forth, and I don't know if you feel like you've worked on one of these DNRC grants before, but they have like they have an invoice tracking form that basically requires we put in, these are reimbursable grants. So there's some back and forth that Billy and I would have to do to basically say, this is TU's invoice and all of our expenses.
And that 2,500 or 2,700 would be just to her or to us, right?
Yeah, so-
I just kind of
Yeah.
through it quick. but-
And yeah, and I looked back at the grant, it's actually an 8% allowable, not 10, they changed it. So it's down from 27, it'll probably be closer to like 22, I think.
I guess that's my only concern.
Well, this budget table, it doesn't say where Granite County has to fund anything.
No, I just back here.
They just need, they
Not
need,
funding, but, no, not us giving nothing, but if we had, it, she needs to be compensated for her work.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
not saying the county's giving, us, we're just be partners, but if she's gonna have to do these payroll, or not payroll, what she was saying, then she needs to be compensated, why would the county?
Yeah, the county can get up to 8% in admin of the total
And it was
request.
27,000 the back page there.
okay, so what you're saying is the county has to administer it, it's flowing through the county. But there might be some administrative fees that would be reimbursed to the county. Is that what?
That's what I'm trying, yeah, I'm just making sure that,
Yeah.
cause if we're gonna be partners, I mean, we've gotta get something out of it too. I mean, I'm not
Which-
trying to be greedy, but
In the past, it's always been, if there's any administrative by the county, that it's been reimbursed through the grant process.
Yeah, and it would be about $20,000. And basically anything that you do, you just count an hour, right? Like you
Mhm.
understand this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, but all of her time can be overcompensated and then just has to be
Rounded off.
shown, right.
So what kind of duties are we looking at?
It is, we have, the DNRC is quarterly reporting. So TU would submit our invoice and our progress report to Billy, to you guys for submission. And there, you guys basically have, at that point, review our invoice and submit your own quarterly invoice associated with
Okay,
that.
so what, then this grant will flow through the county and will be sitting in a designated fund for you.
It's reimbursable, so you would request funds on a quarterly basis based off of what funds TU expended.
And this is similar to the grant we do with Great West. We do a DNRC grant, but we don't have to do the quarterly progress reports any longer, or with our last one, we didn't have to do them. For some reason, I don't know why, we just had to do them when we wanted reimbursement, I don't.
Well, there
know
might
why.
been
But
the-
we do have a new one that we just applied for through Great West that
There might be some opportunity then to basically say, hey, look, we don't wanna do quarterly reports if we don't have to, but I wonder if there's like a side door you can take.
Yeah, I don't know why we
Put,
didn't have to.
like Billy in a spot either, is she gonna be able to have time to do this? I mean, here now we're throwing a bunch more, we got all this work coming. I'm not saying I'm against this or not, I just wanna make sure that she's capable of doing it, and I don't wanna pressure her into just cause we're sitting here saying, well, we wanna be partners.
Sure.
But
Mm.
it's, to me, it should be up to her too. Do you have time to do it, or do we have to find somebody else to help do it? See what I'm saying? Is that wrong to ask that?
How much time would it take?
It's
I
not,
don't know.
I don't think it's gonna,
I don't think.
you're gonna get the invoices, you're gonna look through, and you're gonna see where they're at,
I just-
boom. I don't think.
You
it
see
should
what
take-
I'm saying though? I
Yeah.
don't want you to,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm totally, I like this idea, the fact that I know that some of the
I don't
locals have
think it's
gotten
gonna
a
be a
business.
full-time position where she can need 40 hours to work on this.
but how much time do you think it will take to administer?
I think, and it's interesting because we've worked with a few of this, you know, the conservation district
Mhm.
administrators, and they, depending on their level of familiarity with their own accounting system, right, was changed. Like when we worked with Karen,
Mhm.
she had very little trouble. It got to the point where she was administering like 15 grants, and that was time consuming, right?
Yeah.
From different people and all this stuff, but she didn't have any trouble administering one, a few
Okay,
from TU.
okay,
I'm not pressuring you, don't, I
Yeah,
didn't
no.
mean to put you on.
Well,
the
in
spot.
the past, I'm gonna say in the past, there's been, and this is the previous. Yeah.
Party
She's a cat.
cookie. Go on.
The administrative assistant has done this in the past, and not just on several occasions, it's not like this is a first run for the county throwing funds, getting grants, and were being administered by the county as a partnership with you. I mean, my history in the clerk recorder's office, there's several times this has happened, and it's always been handled. It hasn't taken hours upon hours of administrative work to get this done. I don't think it's anything that is going to burden her on my feelings.
I think realistically, it's like
I'm
5
listening to
hours a
that.
quarter, and
Oh,
you're
you thought I
gonna
wasn't done?
try to bump that up as much as you can.
To round it off,
Recording.
perfect,
Just
yeah.
making sure, I don't want her to put her in a spot where.
Well,
you know,
I don't think we would put her in the spot if we felt that it's
Does she
just
feel
cash
capable
money
she
going
can
through.
do it? I mean, she,
Yeah.
you know, that's all I'm asking, is does she feel like, I mean, there's a lot of other shit that's coming up right now, but.
Okay,
That's all I was asking. I think it's, you know, I like what they do and what they're getting done, and like I said, there's been a couple local people that have actually got the contracts. And it's pretty nice.
Yeah, we need rock, right? So we got that from Stringer, the Nelson gravel pit, and we bought wood from, you know,
Different
Danny
people.
Hopman and Jensen Ranches, like, so there's.
They do put it out, you know, so everybody gets a little bit of it. I mean, the main contractors, you know, like last time was Bozeman, right?
No, it was from Helmville or Obando.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to do whatever.
Partner
Partner
with
with the,
Travel Unlimited, you second? Is there any public comment? Go ahead, Elena.
Thank you. Lena Gagliano, for the record. Just a comment about all these grants and federal grants and regulatory grants. Trails to Trails, Trout Unlimited, airport, ambulance, even railroad. The money is there. The grant's available. And seed money. we get it established, then we get reimbursed. That's wonderful. And then all of a sudden, the federal government says, gee whiz, we don't have that money anymore in the budget. And then the county is SOL. No reimbursement, and you're stuck.
I thought this was.
And that's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena.
Yeah, I wouldn't have went for it.
No.
Okay, motion carried and passed. Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried and passed, sorry. I had myself, okay, great.
All right, so I guess the next step is we'll just, the proposals are due, this application's due in a month. So, so if you're doing one, you have a DNRC submittable account.
I do.
We can chat about this later, but we can, I can either upload it for you as a collaborator.
Okay, we should do that.
We'll figure out.
We wanna, we'll touch base and we'll make a time and meet
I
and
think that's the best
lay
bet.
it all out.
You guys work on this and
Yeah.
then just keep tabs on what you're, how many,
Yep.
you know, I just assume.
I'll track it.
people will Spreadsheet of how much time you put in, so.
As much as possible, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, we can do that.
Oh, no, I-
They used to just be like, okay, 10% for the county, you know, check. And now they're kind of requiring that you like
Dollar
document
specific.
That's the way I just.
discounts.
We'll get it.
So this right now is, we're applying for the grant.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks, we'll be in touch.
Thanks for the cookie.
Yeah, can I leave a couple more? I don't need to take them home.
They will. The boys will. No,
Yeah.
I'm fine, thanks. It was good though, very good.
Yeah, they're good. What about me?
Thank you, though.
Okay.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks guys. Sounds good. What
Do you have any cards?
do I? I didn't bring my wallet in.
Okay.
I'll drop them off.
He collects some, no, just kidding.
Paper.
We should have a board that you can just.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a good day.
You too.
What do we have to do on this Southwest regional thing? We discussed it last week or
So
we got it last week and now we have to.
they updated some parts of the interlocal agreement. And it is another one that you sign electronically. So it's, I don't know exactly what has changed in the interlocal agreement, but yes, something has changed and Blaine reviewed it and told me to have it on the agenda for you guys to review and sign off on. All counties in the partnership had to re-sign it.
You want motion on the. Use notification in your local agreement, yeah? On the updated part.
Yeah, Blaine's looked at it.
Okay, the next agenda item, Southwest Regional Juvenile Detention Interlocal Agreement. It's been updated due to some out-of-date language. And the language was changed to, will be automatically renewed for additional 10 years until one or more of the county's withdrawal terminates. Do we agree on the updated? Do we have to make a motion to agree on the updated? Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we go ahead with the Southwest Regional Juvenile Detention Interlocal Agreement with the updates after Blake looked them over.
Next second.
Is there any public comment? Seems none, all in favor? Aye. Motion carried and passed. Would you electronically file that, Missy?
I will.
Do you want to kind of hold on to this? or-
Yeah, I think we should. I understand it that way. That never. I didn't need to know the signatures.
Basically, what you wanted to do is find out what the cash was right now, and we'll look at it again. So preliminary is,
Yeah, I'd keep a hold of that.
Yeah.
That's just so much easier to understand.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. If I could, why would we take money out of it?
okay, I think we can go ahead with our next agenda item. And that is an amendment to the Granite County Personnel Policy and Procedures Handbook. And what this amendment is our formula was a little off, was it? Then we need
Yes.
to correct the formula.
Yes, the one in our handbook, which was from Mako, was just, they only used the first 2 decimal points. And we found that if we use the 3 decimal points, we actually get a closer configuration to what's in the statute from the state. So
Does each, and if we accept this, does each employee have to sign this?
yeah, I'll go around and get signatures from every employee on the update.
And this was another little thing that kind of gets missed when we look at a canned document and
They're so large.
there's, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I can see where they rounded to 2 decimals and we should be rounding to 0.0577 instead of 0.058.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it does end up,
over
Yeah.
over what you would get
So,
as a
yeah.
full-time employee.
carry those decimals out. We need that updated in our
Right.
personnel handbook. Is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to update the Granite County leave policy and actual reading.
I second it.
Any public comment? Seems none, all in favor?
Aye. Guess I'll go in the policy handbook after everybody signs.
Yep, I have one that I just compile with everything, and at some point in the future, when we redo it, we'll be in much better shape.
Okay, our next agenda item is the FEP task order number 25-07-6-11-026-0. And this is a yearly, what? Go ahead. Did you raise your hand?
Well, we do this, we do that something. We do it that we started in 2019. This, we just do it every year until 2026, and then it's a then they redo it all. Or-
I think
It don't matter.
so.
I'll make a motion to go ahead with it.
So this year, isn't it a little less than? Someone said it's a little bit less.
Uh,
68, and I thought it was 71.
Yeah, it is a little less. It's usually a little over.
I'll make a motion to go ahead with it.
Any public comment? Thanks, none, all in favor? Aye. Motion carried and passed. That was the last agenda item.
Do I have to sign this thing? Or-
So DPHHS does everything through electronic signature too now, so that's just a draft, and as long as everything looks good, I will let them know and they will send an electronic version over and get it signed.
So this is for the next fiscal year, 7/1/2024 through 6/30/2025. That's it for the agenda items for April 23rd.
Good job today, everybody.
I think we can adjourn.
Good.
I don't think we can adjourn. We shall adjourn.